Get their story straight. I believe they're illegally monitoring my YouTube channel, and they commit crimes regarding what I'm uploading, including altering videos, footage, and sound, knowing you never believe my story. Notice on a lot of these videos how the police department's heads are cut off in half. You could barely see them. I don't record like that. Sometimes I do try to hire recording people because they scam that you can't record crimes to stay out of prison. But you have a legal right to record law enforcement. And this location deprived me of that right, which is not legal or constitutional. And they also demanded control of my YouTube channel, which is the control in domestic violence. They're taking control over my life and their corruption and criminal activity as abusers do. But this is criminal even if you hide it behind law enforcement. This is how long they've been trying to get their story straight. Like I said, for other women, they don't experience this. But for me, I don't know if it will be a knock, if someone will set me up, if they'll just lose it and bust the door down and slander me and say I did something and just up and, kill me. And knowing that everyone in this environment will cover for it, they've already walked off when I was begging for help. I said, if law enforcement, I told the lady in this environment, I said, if they kill me, will you at least report it? If the police department comes over here, they couldn't answer me. And I said that you will, and then after several seconds, almost a minute, she says, no, if the police department was murdering you, we'd do something. But it was like pulling teeth. That's not a safe environment to be in if they're not sure if they'll cover for a murder, like New Beginnings Domestic Violence Organization to cover for police assaulting me and arresting me at a domestic violence support group. Those are the only places I've been able to live. 911 hung up, that's a crime.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yeah, I just want 911's hanging about in my face to cover for domestic abuse again. Like when the gun was pulled on me.
They put you on hold because there's other 911.
Like when the gun was pulled on me. Like when I was attacked and all that, and all those other crimes when I was being threatened.
911.
Yes, I don't know what's happening. They had me on hold an extended amount of time, and 911 has repeatedly covered for crimes, attacks, assaults with a deadly weapon, thefts, robberies, pickpocketing.
Okay, ma'am, do you have an emergency right now? We have a lot of 911 lines ringing.
Right, I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis. Mine hasn't mattered for years.
Okay, domestic violence that's happening right now?
Yes, because police just tried to set me up. And they came the other day to remove someone from helping me.
Okay, so the person that's committing the domestic violence, yes, is there right now?
They just left. The police department. They just left trying to set me up, and they've kidnapped me. Kidnapping is criminal.
We don't go out in the county, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
We don't go out of the city limits, so it couldn't have been...
But no, I was trying to speak with Banda, and the police departments have been committing crimes and won't let me report crimes to them year after year.
Oh, okay, he's been given the message to call you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. So I thought I was safe with my family, right? The police come remove me from hotels, come to bus stops and, restaurants ordering food. My device just glitched. So let me go ahead and hurry up and click this. Just does its own thing year after year. Why am I going to the hospital? Why am I going to the hospital? Why am I going to the hospital? They didn't follow policy and protocol. Just came from nowhere, like most of the different environments. Why am I going to the hospital? You don't just show up and handcuff someone repeatedly over and over, no rhyme, no reason, like they did at Salvation Army, and demand someone else take the fall for your crimes in tears, like this family member. I just don't really understand how this can go on for this extended amount of time. And I want you to see, if they don't commit more crimes, on how she responded. And like I said, this person was in terror. She was shaking and crying. The only thing that I remotely in any horror movie that I've ever seen anyone that afraid was Blair Witch. And that was like an iconic movie scene. Because Blair Witch was known for like a reality horror movie. And no one has ever seen anyone that afraid. In all horror movies, it was snot coming out of her nose. She was shaking and trembling. That was known, that scene. And that's how these people behave. I don't know what was done to them, but maybe I don't know, like that movie I was telling you about, The Drop, where they said, if you don't do this, we'll kill your son. You either kill this man, it's like control, the abuse of power. So on this video, my sister has just set me up with law enforcement. The first time they tried to set me up, just came on their own, no rhyme, no reason. They keep doing it. Bus stops, it's always my fault. Getting on buses, I'm riding. So it's uploaded. So my sister is crying. She sets me up, gets on my devices without my permission, sets me up, and then slanders me on my own YouTube channel. So this is what's happening.
I'm sorry. I told myself I was not gonna cry. But like I said, anyone who wants to know about my sister, I will keep you updated on my channel. She's being evaluated. And as far as of now, you will see no more videos. Now, if you do see more videos and they're from my sister, then we will know that the system has failed us. I did get a white warrant for her, so she wouldn't be able to leave the hospital.
On blatant lies. The first off, they didn't have their story straight. I was in the hospital in Hickory Trail's days, and then finally they conned that I did something to someone that wasn't there. They didn't want me to know what I did. I called 911 on the hospital. They banned me from the phone like they did at Terrell State Hospital when I was there on false pretenses, and at JPS, trying to report that I can't flee the police department. I was set up at JPS for trying to flee abuse set up at One Safe Place for trying to flee abuse. I came back a second time and was arrested. So I called the police department on the hospital for letting people terrorize me and violate me at the hospital, not following policy and protocol. They did the same thing at Hickory Trail. So I called the 911 on them again because for the repeated criminal behavior that's been uninterrupted. And then they keep banning me from the phones in this locations. And at Terrell State Hospital, they disconnected it while I was talking. Dallas Behavioral, I was on a phone call personally to myself. Thought I was alone. Someone cut the phone off while I was speaking like a horror movie. At Parkland Hospital, when I was there on false pretenses, they removed the phone from my hospital room. I think the problem, I called them because when I went out, because I needed to investigate the peculiar behavior, law enforcement had set up a desk in front of the door. And they were signing people in to come into the room when I was there on false pretenses. When I left, they stole all my clothes, my shoes, my money, everything that I had. And the evidence that police came to me at another location. No rhyme, no reason, from nowhere. 3 police handcuffed me, didn't follow policy and protocol. I was just sitting there at the courtyard. I don't know what was happening. And multiple different times I don't. Like right here, you thought I was playing. They just come from nowhere. So I was sitting at the courtyard, relaxing, enjoying my day. I didn't know anyone saw me and was upset. So nonetheless, their scam was I was blocking traffic, but it was impossible because I was at the shelter. I'm not quite certain why 3 police, they couldn't realize that. How, if I'm currently at a shelter, am I blocking traffic currently? But they demanded that Salvation Army did it, and it wasn't that location. It wasn't police. They demanded that it was law enforcement, like they demanded that my sister did it and not them. And I don't know how I could be mentally ill at a bus stop alone or ordering food at KFC. That's why I had to get the YouTube channel, or what was happening when 7 police came to me and rushed to me and took me to jail using the bus, or while I was arrested at racetrack until I told them how many false arrests I had and then they promptly released me, or what was happening at Dallas Convention Center when I was arrested. And how at Red Roof Inn, the police department came on their own. And then since they couldn't properly set me up, they demanded Red Roof Inn take the fault. And then when I asked them what I was doing, why they were doing it, they didn't know. So they assaulted me and arrested me. I never can go to court.
Her time in need. I really, really do appreciate it. And also, God put it on my heart to apologize to anyone my sister has hurt, especially who this channel is about.
Especially to the channel this person is about. Has sociopaths, narcissistic, psychotic behavior written all over it. I'm just not quite sure on why you guys repeatedly let the government be controlled by someone with that kind of mental capacity. Nonetheless, I'm waiting on the call for Banda. I don't know at any moment, as we've established a paper trail of history, that law enforcement has been out of control years, acting like they're psycho from a horror movie. And I just really haven't seen a lot of people interrupting that pattern of criminal behavior from law enforcement. And like I said, at this location, they've made multiple different attempts to set me up. I don't know if without my YouTube channel, it's been successful almost 30 something times. So what do I do with that? I've tried to flee this country. Anyone that's willing to help me, like the other day, the law enforcement just removes them or removes me from getting assistance year after year.